Hello and welcome back to Lorfet Gaming Plays Neverwinter Night's Hands Edition Witch's Wake. I'm your host Lorfet. In this final part of Neverwinter Night's Hands Edition Witch's Wake video, we're going to go ahead and finish up the module. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Do not forget to hit the notification bell so it'll be update and more. In the last video, I decided to get to this town and I stopped halfway here. Now we're going to go ahead and finish the other half of the town and the module. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and speak with the blacksmith. Now, when I do speak to this blacksmith, I'm going to get this rusted helmet from the graveyard polished. So, yeah, we're definitely go ahead and get some nice upgrades too. Well, actually, one of the other ones later on in the video I'll sell. But for now, let's go ahead and speak with the blacksmith.
The heavily muscled dwarf gnaws at his lower lip as he pounds the anvil. Sensing your presence, he turns to face you. "What do you want?" He scowls.
Now, we got some information in this polished helmet. So it has +1 in discipline and +1 versus outsiders. Yet there's one outsider in the video. We're going to go ahead and go to the fields next. That is about eastward to get some more story experience points. So here we go.
The gray-skinned man inspects the elken beast's carcass, his hands brushing lightly against its side. His brow is furrowed in concern. "You bring ill winds, traveler," he advises, not looking up.
Now, that was some story experience points and more, plus we got ourselves an unmarked quest, but for now we're going to go ahead and eavesdrop then go into the magic shop, the only one in town.
"Blast that elf! Are ye sure the stone be gone? Mayhaps it fell and skittered into some dark corner we cannot find. The Kavanagh stone be gone, gentlemen, and Brogan's honor with it, stolen by the foreigner. Aye, it be him. He's hidden it somewhere. Quiet! Keep your voices down, lest the whole town learn of what's gone on." The old dwarf pauses in his endless pacing. Your eyes can't help but drift to where his sleeve has been stitched closed over a missing arm. He wraps his walking stick against the floor, reclaiming your gaze. "Me face be up here. Now, if your business be with things of magic, you've come to the right place. If your business be otherwise, He'd best be off and pestering the likes of others.
Now, first of all, what we did was advance the story, so we got actual journal update. That's a good thing, everyone. Second of all, the resistant potion is varied from, I believe, 20, I might be wrong on the minimum price, to actually 29 pieces of gold, depending on if you persuade the shopkeeper or not. Yeah, and the shopkeeper did give us important information that's very important. Still, talk to the shopkeeper on all subjects, every single one of them. Reason being is you'll get story experience points, which is a good thing. And this shop is for wizards, also sorcerers too, if you want to buy some certain scrolls you want to use, not use up any of your spell slots. And let me check. Yeah, it's just a basic one. You could buy healing kits, which is good too. Now, I'm going to go ahead and talk to the wizard further after I sell some junk. After that, we're going to get out of here. Beforehand, we got this machine. Drop a piece of gold off. You get some, sometimes you don't. So this is random. So you drop one and hit the lever. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that, then talk to the wizard to resume the story.
The old man nods as you approach, inviting you to speak with the town.
Now, really quick, as soon as we get out of the shop, we another set of conversations to eavesdrop on.
At least the elf be captured, even if the stone still be at large. Ye be sure your minds will hold him, Steinfar? I followed every one of your foolish safety regulations, councilman. Ye tell me if me minds will hold him. They be fit to pen in demons, Grindlogger. The minds will hold a foolish elf just fine. Regardless, he be down there now. I've sealed the doors behind him and posted a warning to any of me miners who might have reason to go down. Aye, and now we wait.
Now, before I actually go ahead and do anything else, I'm going to go to the blacksmith. Yeah, we got some more stuff to polish and sell too. I'll give everybody a short update after the items are done, so here we go.
The heavily muscled dwarf gnaws at his lower lip as he pounds the anvil, sensing... The heavily muscled dwarf gnaws at his lower lip as he pounds the anvil.
Now, the Great Axe, yeah, it had one problem besides the damage was normal. Yeah, the mind-altering save, it sucked on it. As for the sword I just identified, it summons like a bard or something like that to buff you up. That's about it. So let's go ahead and check the leak out.
Negative energy streams through a tiny fissure, escaping into this world from the Plane of Sorrows.
Now, you're asking, why did you want to visit the leak? Well, besides the experience points I gained, which was really nice at this level, I'm going to use that as a nice checkpoint. Yeah, I'm going to be using that Nightshade in this video. So for now, we're going to go ahead and try to search this hollow tree out. Reason being for that is very simple. There's some gold there. If you want, you could talk to a blacksmith about that, but I decided not to. Now, this check is based on your search. So if you have high points in search or you're a rogue, guess what? You're going to find this more easier than some of the other classes. Just it takes like a few tries to actually do it. You definitely want to do it. So after we inspect the hole, what will happen is yeah, something's going to come out. We're going to go ahead and take care of it. But for now, I'm going to try to trigger the search event.
The hollow tree is smooth and old, its surface seeming almost oiled. Tufts of white fur cling to the aromatic wood, marking the places where the elken beasts have rubbed against it. You spy a small hole at the tree's base. It looks like an animal might have made it.
Now, that was a fun fight with the mage shopkeeper's raven. You could talk about the mage shopkeeper about the raven after you killed it. It's optional. Nothing happens. Now, I'm going to the Planet Sorrows, not turning the potion yet because that's the third spirit is the dwarf's brother. Now, if you don't have the Nightshade, go ahead, go to the Night Hag at her place, buy it, then come back here and use this. That's what I'm going to do now.
These dried leaves of the deadly Nightshade plant have been carefully wrapped by the Night Hag from whom you bought them. Ingesting them in this quantity will result in a quick but painless death. Long gashes run diagonally across this ghost's torso, and his throat is a large and gaping wound. It is hard to tell if his skin bore the same gray cast in life as it does now in death.
Now, this part is purely optional. I want to get some more experience points, and besides, it's a good idea to tell the brother that, the other brother's alive and well, and tell the truth, too. I felt like that was the best way to do it. Now, at this point, this is death number 3, technically, so there's about a total of 3 thieves. Now, here's my strategy on how to do it. I tried this the first time, and I failed because I got my stuff stolen. Best way to actually do it is just to slowly move around and wait it out. See, we already got 2 of them, so we could definitely bypass them right now. If you want to get really technical, you could try lure all 3 here, since they're like a what do you call it, heat-seeking missile. Yeah, see, there's one. Good news is they do move slow, so I'm going to guess 1 more death, and then after that, you're stuck here on the 5th death. So we got past all 3 without anything being stolen. So this is a great time to buy things up. I do mean buy some things up. So let's go ahead and speak to the Night Hag, then get back to the land of the living.
The Night Hag's pale green face emerges from the mists, a welcome sight after the perils of the barrier. She seems ageless here, neither old nor young, only weary from her efforts on your behalf. The Night Hag's The gray-skinned man inspects the elken beast's carcass, his hands brushing lightly against its side. His brow is furrowed in concern. Do ye have the resistance potion from Nimmermeyer's yet, traveler?
Now, besides turning the potion, what happened was the brother knew that I visit his brother in the Plane of Sorrows, which is a good thing. Now, this is time to go into the well. Very important. Once you start this sequence of events, this is like the point of no return. Do everything before going into this well.
The well is old and wreathed in moss. A foul-smelling steam wafts up from below. You almost gag on the thick, foul-smelling mists. Breathing through your mouth, you look about you. Rats scuttle in the distance, and more than one floats dead in the warm, bubbling waters. The slick stone beneath your feet is pebbled with translucent deposits where the water has splashed or dripped onto its surface. It almost seems to be alive somehow.
Now, these rats, they could put diseases on you, so if you have a healing kit, it'll take care of that for the most part, depending on how many points you have in healing. Number 2, the Ratling. Sometimes it's hard to talk to thanks to the Ratling constantly attacking the other rats. If you want to, clear out the rats. Otherwise, attempt to do what I'm doing. I'll be back after I get some information.
It will be your last. Make this fight count. It will be your last.
The limestone floor seems to have grown around this more ancient wall, crumbling like winter ice along an island's edge. The dwarven pictograms, clearly of an ancient style, are impossible to decipher beneath the thin sheen of mineral deposits. The soft blue flame seemed kept alive by magic alone.
For honor and glory!
The grotesquely distorted figure before you seems to exist in a constant state of pain. A gray The grotesquely distorted figure before you seems to exist in a constant state of pain. A gray, patternless mange sprouts from once pink skin, and the creature's eyes have a fevered look about them. The grotesquely distorted
Now, I got some basic story experience points, which is good. So, my advice is bypass this area. Just don't fight at all. Yeah, it's not really worth it. Besides, we're going to go ahead and advance the plot. I'll return after.
Dripping with the warm, foul-smelling water, you emerge with a gasp. Something's wrong. You can feel it, like a current of electricity arcing through your bones. Time itself seems to stand still. You are in the Barrow site, Brogan's tears welling up before you. Beyond, you can see a small cairn where his arm must once have rested. The altar that once held the Kavanaugh stone lies barren. "Seize them!" cries a commanding voice. "Seize the foreigner! If they've come this far, they know too much." "Aye, well, ye shall meet the thieving scoundrel soon enough," admits another. "Next time you might think twice before stealing from a Barrow dwarf." "Why are ye waiting, armsmen?" calls a third. "Capture him like ye did the elf and seal him in the mines."
For glory!
Your head throbs from the armsman's blows. With wry irony, you remember the Night Hag sending you here in search of answers. "Seek the Kavanaugh stone and you will not fail," she said. She had warned you that the man would be hard to find, but she had said nothing of the price you'd pay to hear his answers. You wonder if you'll live long enough to deliver your message to the king. Voices shatter your reverie. You wonder if you'll even live long enough to see another day. "How dare ye and your lapdog elf think to steal the Kavanaugh stone," threatens one of your captors. "Into the mine with ye then. Ye can stay there until the council figures out how it is we intend to hang ye." You close your eyes, grateful for whatever time you've been granted. The elf awaits you. You stumble into the writhing mass of negative energy. Its tendrils embrace you, burrowing beneath your flesh. As you lay there, you spy a message written in chalk upon the wall. It reads, "My name is Cauldrian Air."
Well, I got some nice story information and more. Besides, I healed up. So this is the final area of the module.
A chalk message looms out of the darkness like a ghost. "I'm forgetting things. I can actually feel the memories slip away. I must write everything down before I forget it all."
Now, it's a great idea to walk around the mines like this. If you're not that adept in combat, just follow the path I'm going. You're going to be fighting it anyways, but still, you can get some nice story experience out of it just by exploring.
A chalk message looms out of the darkness like a ghost. "I seek vengeance on behalf of my lord, the king of Barak Thul."
Now, I just gained a level by just exploring, which is great. I love modules that do that. I mean, the Witch's Wake take great advantage of it, and yeah, that was easy experience points. Now I'm level 3. Now this module will be 1 to 3, obviously, because we're at the end of the area. I'm still trying to remember my notes. Yeah, I wrote down what I did for the Kama Strong Monk. Yeah, that's the funky little bladed weapons that monks could use. Let me see here. Heal and discipline, that's it. I'm storing the rest. And you could do that in Neverwinter Nights 1, by the way. And I'm going to try to remember from my notes what else I did get to. So let me go ahead and look. I believe I did get dodge. Yeah, let's grab that. I could get deflect arrows, but now I'm alright. But before I do that, I'm just trying to look for weapon focus. Yeah, and I'm trying to look for, I think it's, yeah, there is dodge. And the last one, I think it was 2 weapon fighting. Yeah, I tried it out. Now, if this would have been like a sequel or something like that, yeah, it would have been really useful at that point. There, it's 2 weapon fighting, just like my build. Now, those you asking for that, I'll put the link in the your description, or I'll put in the sticky, or even just go ahead and give it to you if you ask. So this last part, there'll be a bunch of rats. Also, if I remember right, more dialogue too. Yeah, this is like the last leg of combat, everyone. So once we get to this elf, yeah, that's basically it really. But for now, let's go ahead and take care of the rat situation first.
Now see what a true warrior looks like. Make this fight count. It will be your last. Ha! Ha! Ha!
Message looms out of the darkness like a ghost. What am I doing here? I was supposed to write something. I don't remember why. Make this fight count! It will be your last!
Now, that was fun with those rats, and thank goodness for Dungeons & Dragons 3.0, everyone. Yeah, that's right. Monks get cleave free, and if I think I remember right, later on if you level them up, they get great cleave free too. Now, in 3.5, they lose out all that due to balance, if I remember right. Still, this was a very fun finding my way through, at times close calls, as you see before you. I'm healing up, so I'm going to go ahead and explain what's going to happen. I'm going to speak with the elf to advance the story along very nicely. After that, this will be a cutscene. It'll be like the ending cutscene for the module. I'm going to only let the Witch's Wake's credits roll this time, and then once I'm done with all this business, I'll give my thoughts about this entire module. So here we go.
Meat sizzles on a nearby spit, the aroma mingling with the harsher scents of rust and rock dust. The fire casts dancing shadows on the cavern walls, and in the flickering light, you see the dim outline of a man. He leans against an anvil, his shoulders hunched, his head buried deep within his hands. As you draw closer, you can see the soiled remnants of a familiar uniform hanging in rags from his waif-like form. The man raises his head from his hands and begins to speak. "I know you, don't I?" he asks, squinting to see you better in the light. "The armor," his sad eyes confess. "That's all I recognize."
Now, that was a very fun module to play. I was so glad to play it once again. So let me go ahead and give my final thoughts about it. Now, first of all, the downside was its combat. Yeah, most of the time you had to skip it. Unfortunately, sometimes you had to work force into it. Number two, it ended on a cliffhanger. Then again, at the time, they were thinking, the original creators were thinking this was going to be a series that was given out free. Unfortunately, it never happened thanks to the Wizards of the Coast because they wanted to focus more on the Forgotten Realms. Now, the upside is it was heavy in role-playing, which was great. At time, you advance the story through the dialogue and exploring. That was really good, too. And I love the world. It was very different than Faerun, which was really nice, too. The scripting was great and wonderful. Unfortunately, because it's so infamous and never got a sequel, I hope someday that Beamdog will get the original people together, or at least the original people's blessing, to go ahead and finish up the module. So I want to thank each and every one of you on this journey for the Witch's Wake, from the all four of it, or just even one, or even just this video. Thank you for watching my Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition Witch's Wake Part 4 video. The next one will be the Shadow Guard one. Have a great day or night. Please stay safe. Please subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Don't forget to hit the like button and the bell on the top of your screen. If you enjoy my videos, watch the one I suggested on the upper left hand corner, or YouTube suggestion of my videos on the bottom left hand corner. Thank you for watching, everyone.